My name is Jessica Davidson, and I have been a teacher at the Manning School for over 9 years. I instruct in social studies, sociology, and Caribbean studies. Now, on March 12, we were thrown into a new phase of learning because coronavirus was on us. Our students were sent home, our teachers were also sent home, yet learning must continue. The presence of COVID-19 presented unprecedented challenges, but we must rise above such challenges. Many of our teachers were not exposed to learning platforms such as Google Classrooms or Schoology, but we had to rise above the fray. We had to continue to teach our students because their learning was in our hands. What was present was WhatsApp, a communication platform, but not a teaching platform. But we tried our best to adjust, and I have tried my best to adjust using this platform. While WhatsApp may not be a learning tool, it was what we had because many of our students had problems with accessing data, had problems with accessing Wi-Fi, and the streaming of it all was not working out. But most could access WhatsApp, and this is the case too for our teachers. So we had to mold this communication platform into a new learning tool. I have been using this platform for the past month or so, and I have learned certain things that I hope I can share with you today. And so I would like to share with you these features. I hope with what I share here today, you can learn, choose, add in whatever way, shape, or form works for you. Tailor it to your students. Tailor it to your classroom. Follow me, learn with me, teach with me. So, before we get started, let me take this opportunity to just review some of the things this video will be about. How to create a WhatsApp group. How to establish your WhatsApp etiquette rules. How is it you should address your class? How best to adhere to a fixed schedule. How do we understand our students? We will also look at how best to use WhatsApp to respond to direct messaging, send a voice note, as well as send a photograph. We will also use our phones or whatever technology you have available to create a PowerPoint presentation. In general too, oversight is necessary. At the end, we will also share a few tips and some generally miscellaneous information. That being said, let's get started. There are 3 dots to the top right-hand corner once you open the WhatsApp application. You press that, you will see something that says New Group. Touch that, then add your participant. Once you've done so, it will ask you to give a name to the group. Name it whatever you wish. If it's a social studies group, you could name it social studies, or you could name them social studies superstars. It's up to you. Personalize your group. Ensure that all your students are a part of this group. There may be instances where you may not have contact for all of your students. Now, a tip that has worked for me is that I will ask maybe 1 or 2 of my students to, hey, set up a WhatsApp group and just add me. It has worked for me time and time again. They set up their WhatsApp group because they're friends. They know the numbers of each other. And once they have done so, I'm added and I'm made an admin. Once that is done, you have your WhatsApp group and you're ready to start your teaching process. Set some kind of time frame for the operation of your WhatsApp group. Mine is typically from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock. This will give you a little bit of peace of mind and not having students messaging you all hours of the day, all hours of the night, because I am sure many of you can relate to that. Or you can also state specifically that this WhatsApp group is for social studies and social studies only. There are lots of rules and specifications and WhatsApp etiquette rules out there. You can take one from the internet if you so presume and just tailor it to what suits you. Remember, the aim here is to work with what is best for you. What I've done is to actually save the name of each child in my phone so that I can know who I'm talking to when I'm talking to them. It is very good for us to address our students by name in our voice note messages as well as while we're typing. So if you have a group of students, have them introduce themselves. Save the numbers as names and create a group in your phone. That's all you need to do. Once a student types a message, you automatically know it's that student. One of the things that you want to do is stick to an actual schedule, whether it's the one that has been established by your school or the one issued by the Ministry of Education. For example, if at your school you usually have classes from 12:05 to 1:05, stick to that schedule if it works for you. This will become helpful for you to establish the routine that you're wanting to send. Your students will be ready and raring to go every time it's time for your class. At the start of the lesson in those WhatsApp groups, you may find that the student may be shy, or one or two, maybe all of them. They may be shy to send a voice note, send a message. They may not want to participate right away. But you as a teacher should try to model the behavior and encourage them. You send a voice note. You send a message. Ask them how they are doing. It is crucial to establish that rapport. Help them to feel safe. They may also message you outside of that group. Encourage them to message you within the group. Each piece of work a child submits in that group, whether it is an actual video or a photograph they have taken based on your instructions, acknowledge it. Let them know that you have seen it. Say, good job, wonderful job. Any kind of positive reinforcement is needed, especially at this point in time. It helps to maintain that engagement and it helps to maintain the self-esteem of that student. Say you're having a class discussion and you would want to directly reference what a student has shared. You look at that message and you make a quick swipe to the right. That message has been highlighted and you can address that message specifically. You will be now talking directly to that student within the group. It is a great tool for you to keep track of the discussion and for you to give feedback to an individual student within that discussion. Sometimes we forget the power of our own voices. All you need to do is simply hold down on that microphone button. Say what it is you want to say, whether it's hi, hello, what you doing, all is well, and just release. The message is sent. This voice notes feature will also be extremely important in helping with the explanation. Not everything can be typed out. And even if typed out, it cannot convey the message that you want to send. With a voice note, you may be able to explain a myriad of concepts, a myriad of scenarios. It will help you tremendously. Don't be afraid of your own voice. Use it. You may want to share a photograph or you may want to share a file. A feature is also there for this. On an Android phone is a paperclip icon. On an iPhone or iOS system, you may see a plus sign. Click on that plus sign. Different icons will come up for a file. Click the file button and just attach your file. If it's a photograph, click that image that references the photograph and attach your image. Press send, upload. I can use my phone to build a quick PowerPoint presentation. I can use my laptop to build a quick PowerPoint presentation. But the main thing about this is that the information, the content that you want to relay to your students can be placed on an individual slide. Each slide can be accompanied with an explanation. There is no need for you to make a PowerPoint presentation with 15, 16, 20 slides. That's not necessary. Make the PowerPoint presentation no more than 10 slides. Do a mini lesson. Get it straight to the point. This will be fundamental for you and your students because they can simply upload it from your phone and you can simply upload it to the WhatsApp group. Each slide will carry a different explanation. This is where you incorporate your voice notes, you incorporate your messages, and you incorporate your students' feedback. The PowerPoint presentation is a wonderful tool, and it's aptly named because it is quite powerful. Let's not forget our parents. They are the ones now who have to be practicing that full-on oversight and supervision of our students. So once you have created a WhatsApp group, I would recommend that you include a parent or two in that group. They will help you to monitor, help you to maintain that structure that we spoke about earlier. They will be a wonderful addition to the class. Our parents can also serve as a point of contact. Parental involvement is crucial, and even more so that we're going through this period called COVID-19. You may have noticed that I have not said a lot about sending videos. I know that WhatsApp has this capability, and it's also a very good tool us as teachers can use. I do this, but I do so with great consideration because I keep the data affordability in mind. Currently, at my institution, our first form students, for example, study 13 subjects. I, as a teacher, sending a video, another teacher sending a video, two more sending a video, will eat away at that data. And I just want to be able to know that my students are getting the full-on experience and the full-on value for their data. So we try to be mindful about the size of the videos sent and the frequency in which they are sent. I have found that getting a few helpers in that group can also be a wonderful way to maintain all the goals that we want to and achieve all our learning objectives. I have students that will help me to mark who is present, who is absent. I have students who will reach out to a student who is absent from the group and say, hey, what you're doing? It's class time. Use up your students. Let them help you. Let them act with purpose in the group, because remember, they are learning too, as you are also learning from them. Sometimes a student may not have a device. Sometimes they're using the phone of a parent. So, from time to time, you will find that that child may not have access to that phone. This is where you may need to check in on that student periodically. Call the parent, ask what's happening, engage the parent, encourage that parent to maybe purchase another phone for that child, just to use for this purpose. It is best when a child or student has their own phone or have their own device, but sometimes this is not the case. So you as a teacher need to be cognizant of that and meet the child where he or she is. These are all the tips I have for you today. I do hope that you have found them helpful and you are able to incorporate them in some way into your WhatsApp classes. In this period of uncertainty, we're all faced with a myriad of challenges. It's not only about what I know, it's not only about what you know, but anything that we can share, it is fundamental to remember that we're all in this together, one colleague to another. If you should have any comments, questions, or tips of your own, please share. Contact us at the email address on your screen or any of our various social media platforms. It has been wonderful talking to you. Thank you for listening and watching.